They're off. Along the inside for the lead is Poco Max, driving up between horses into the first turn. Goes Love Wellwood with Never Strike Out and Waltz Rorty. And around the turn, Waltz Rorty quickly up to get that lead. Never Strike Out racing second. In third position is Love Wellwood racing in fourth. Poco Max in fifth position. Smoky Mohawk, they go off the quarter-mile pole, 28 2/5. The leader by a length and a half is Waltz Rorty racing in second position by the stands the first time. That's Never Strike Out on the outside. Poco Max moves up third. Racing in fourth as they go to the half-mile marker on the outside of horses comes Smoky Mohawk. On the outside with a short lead, that's Poco Max, the half and a minute and a fifth. Waltz Rorty racing second. In third to the three-quarter-mile pole goes Smoky Mohawk racing in fourth along the rail. Never Strike Out in fifth position. Love Wellwood. Poco Max opens up a length and a half lead on the outside. Smoky Mohawk racing second. In third is Waltz Rorty. Love Wellwood comes on fourth. And off stride there round the turn was Smoky Mohawk, impeding the back of the pack. They turn for home on the front end. The leader is Poco Max racing in second. In the lane comes Waltz Rorty racing in third position. On the outside, Never Strike Out. Waltz Rorty on the outside, Poco Max on the inside. It's Poco Max on the outside, closing Never Strike Out, a driving finish. They're off. That's New Weapon with Wolfie's Boy for the early lead. Coming away on the outside, Skipper's Birthday. Cave Boy came out of there fourth and into the first turn. Skipper's Birthday takes the early lead. Wolfie's Boy is second. New Weapon pacing third. In fourth is the Cave Boy. Racing in fifth, that's Skippin' Shadow. Fox Valley Blitz is sixth. Penny Society is seventh. Racing 8, Social Minded, Texas Tough is ninth. And last, they went off the quarter-mile post in 28 4/5. The leader now is Skipper's Birthday. Quickly up on the outside, New Weapon to challenge, and now it's New Weapon challenging and getting a short lead. Racing in second, Skipper's Birthday. Wolfie's Boy is third. The Cave Boy is fourth, racing in fifth along the rail as they go to the half-mile marker. Social Minded in sixth position. Skippin' Shadow, the half, 59 4/5. On the outside, that's New Weapon now showing on top. Racing in second to the three-quarters. Skipper's Birthday. Wolfie's Boy is third. Cave Boy comes on fourth. Racing in fifth as they go to the corner on the rail. That's Social Minded, final 3/8 of a mile. Moving out is New Weapon by 3 lengths. Racing in second, Skipper's Birthday, Wolfie's Boy. On the outside, racing in fourth is Cave Boy. They're in the lane. It's New Weapon, the leader by 4 open lengths. Racing in second in the stretch, Cave Boy. New Weapon leads, Cave Boy second. Wolfie's Boy is third. It's New Weapon, Cave Boy out there second. On the outside, closing Fox Valley Blitz. Now it's Cave Boy and Fox Valley Blitz. They're off. Fine start with 5 horses driving out in the middle of the racetrack. They had Sky Colors with Chicago Ed. Coming away between horses, Millie's Niatross. Prince Charvet out there, 4th, moves up in 5th. Cedars Trenton racing 6th as they go to the quarter-mile mark. That's Mala Mala with Hawthorne Jake, and they move off the quarter. Getting the lead now is Chicago Ed up on the outside with the rush. Prince Charvet, the quarter-mile, 28 and 4. It's Prince Charvet, the leader. Racing in 2nd as they go to the 3/8 pole comes Chicago Ed. Sky Colors is 3rd up on the outside to be 4th to the half-mile. Cedars Trenton, Millie's Niatross along the rail 5th. Hawthorne Jake comes on 6th, racing in 7th on the rail. Mala Mala, Snowberry moves up 8th, Curtailed is 9th. The trailing horse, Cliff Man, they went off the half-mile pole in 59 and 3/5. Into the 3/4 they go, the leader by 2. Prince Charvet along the rail now. Chicago Ed's a closer 2nd. Cedars Trenton out there 3rd, racing in 4th as they go to the 3/4. That's Sky Colors. They swing round the turn on the front end, 3/4 of a length. Prince Charvet that went off the 3/4-mile mark. 129 and a 5th. They turn for home. Prince Charvet leads on the outside. Cedars Trenton closing ground with Hawthorne Jake down along the rail. That's Chicago Ed. It's Prince Charvet, the leader between horses. Sky Colors along the rail. Chicago Ed a driving finish. Prince Charvet close for 2nd. They're off. That's Ralph Aroni for the early lead, coming away 2nd. On the outside, Cicero Marty moving up 3rd, 3 deep as they race into the first turn with the rush. Goes Blasting Zone, and around the turn they go on the front end. And now moving 3 wide and dropping back round the turn is AKA Red Alert. They go down to the quarter-mile up on the outside to get that lead after a quarter in 28 and 4/5. Comes Blasting Zone on the outside, racing in 2nd to the 3/8 marker. Royal Salute in 3rd position. Cicero Marty. Ralph Aroni is 4th, coming on to be 5th. That's Trunk. Moving up 6th along the rail, Ohio Red. On the outside, AKA Red Alert is 7th, racing in 8th as they go to the half-mile pole. That's Niacin, and trailing the field as they go by the half. Waiters into the 3/4 they roll on the front end. The leader by a length and a half to the 3/4-mile pole is Blasting Zone, racing in 2nd position now on the outside. That's Royal Salute. Trunk moves up 3 wide 3rd, racing along the rail. Cicero Marty 4th. Coming on 5th is Niacin. They go to the 3/4, 130. They turn for home on the outside, getting a short lead as they turn for home. That's Royal Salute closing ground, and the far outside is Niacin. It's Royal Salute, the leader down along the rail. Blasting Zone closing ground in the middle of the track. Niacin. Blasting Zone leads. Closing ground now is Waiters. Blasting Zone and Waiters. These are the horses for the They're off. Along the inside for the early lead goes Low Bro Trooper coming away. Mr. Tough Guy on the outside with the rush into that first turn. Goes Check Rider, and Check Rider clears and takes a 2-length lead. Mr. Tough Guy moves up second. Low Bro Trooper is third. Racing in fourth, that's MBL Falcon Rule is fifth. They go off the quarter-mile mark, 28 3/5, and guess what? Mr. Tough Guy's up to get that lead. Mr. Tough Guy to the front, Check Rider second. Racing in third, Low Bro Trooper in fourth, MBL in fifth, Falcon Rule. Racing in sixth as they go to the 3/8 pole, that's Big Issue in seventh. Ladies Nigh Hiking, and trailing the field round the turn, Solicitor Walt. They go down to the half mile. The leader by 2.5 lengths after a half mile is Mr. Tough Guy up on the outside. Low Bro Trooper to be second. Racing in third, that's Check Rider on the outside. Coming on fourth to the 3/4 mile pole, Falcon's Rule. Saving ground fifth is MBL. Big Issue is sixth. They go to the 3/4 mile mark on the front end. The leader by 2.5 lengths round the turn is Mr. Tough Guy on the outside. Low Bro Trooper is second. Check Rider is third. Falcon Rule fourth. MBL fifth. They're in the lane. The leader by 2 lengths in the stretch. Mr. Tough Guy. Low Bro Trooper's out there second. It's Mr. Tough Guy, the leader. On the inside, Check Rider moves up second. Mr. Tough Guy leads. Check Rider is second. Falcon's Rule moves up third. They're off. That's Exalted Majesty for the early lead on the outside. Open Up and Say Ah came away well. Getting off third, Getaway Yankee with Driftwood Sandy fourth. Blazing Sabra fifth, trailing the field. Wiregrass Kerrigan and around the turn. The early leader is Open Up and Say Ah. Racing in second, Exalted Majesty. Getaway Yankee third. In fourth, Driftwood Sandy. The quarter, 28 3/5. Open Up and Say Ah shows the way. Racing in second as they go to the 3/8 pole now. That's Exalted Majesty. Racing in third as they go to the 3/8 pole. Comes Getaway Yankee up on the outside to be fourth to the half-mile pole. Wiregrass Kerrigan driving from third there. Getaway Yankee to go into the half mile on the front end. Getaway Yankee moving fast is up to challenge. Open Up and Say Ah. The leader, the half on the board is wrong. That's Getaway Yankee on the outside along the rail. Open Up and Say Ah. Racing in third, Exalted Majesty. Wiregrass Kerrigan fourth. Driftwood Sandy fifth. Blazing Sabra sixth, and last they go into the turn on the front end. Open Up and Say Ah keeps that lead. They go off the half mile, 3/4, 1:28 4/5. They turn for home. It's Open Up and Say Ah, the leader on the outside, racing up to be second in the lane now. Off stride there momentarily, Driftwood Sandy. Now moving up is Wiregrass Kerrigan to get the lead. Blazing Sabra on the outside, Wiregrass Kerrigan and Blazing Sabra. They're off. off stride at the start as they drive for position was Master Magician. They drive into that first turn. The leader on the inside is Falcon Zor. Moving up is Falcon's Key to be second. Racing in third, Siouxland Reward with Virgil Scooter fourth. They go into the quarter mile. The leader, Falcon Zor, by 2 lengths. Falcon's Key racing second. In third position now, Siouxland Reward racing in fourth. That's Virgil Scooter. In fifth is Quasar Almahurst in sixth. Corky's Native racing in seventh position. High Gear Hanover in eighth as they go to the half-mile pole on the rail. Emigrant trailing the field. Master Magician on the front end. The leader by a length and a quarter to the half-mile. Falcon Zor. Falcon's Key is second. Racing up to be third on the outside comes Virgil Scooter. They go off the half-mile in a minute and a fifth. Into the 3/4, Falcon Zor leads. Falcon's Key is second, gaining ground on the outside. Third to the 3/4, Virgil Scooter. Into the 3/4, staying out there is Falcon Zor, a half length on the outside, gaining ground. Second round the turn, Virgil Scooter racing in third. That's Falcon's Key. They turn for home on the front end. Falcon Zor leads on the outside. The challenger second in the lane. Comes Virgil Scooter. Now it's Virgil Scooter getting the lead. Racing in second position between horses. That's Falcon's Key with Falcon Zor. They're off. Along the inside, Indiana Miles for the early lead, rushing up between horses into the turn. Goes Dynamite Trip, and it's Dynamite Trip on the outside. Down along the rail, Indiana Miles, Trackolator caught on the outside. Racing in fourth is Spectra Vision. They go down to the quarter mile on the front end. Indiana Miles, the leader. Up on the outside with the rush comes Trackolator, and Trackolator gets the lead. The quarter, 28 seconds. It's Trackolator to the top. Racing in second of the 3/8 is Indiana Miles. In third position goes Dynamite Trip, racing in fourth round. The turn to the half mile. Spectra Vision in fifth on the rail. Signer. Soki's Return is sixth. Racing in seventh as they go to the half-mile mark on the outside. That's Trim Rebel. On the front end, under pressure there. That's Dynamite Trip. A Trackolator holds the rail second. Indiana Miles is third. Racing in fourth as they go to the 3/4. Spectra Vision. Soki's Return comes on fifth. The leader is Trackolator. On the outside, racing in second to the 3/4 mile mark comes Dynamite Trip. They swing round the turn. Trackolator leads on the outside. Dynamite Trip is second. Racing in third position in the lane. Soki's Return. Trackolator, the leader. Indiana Miles comes on now. On the outside, Soki's Return. Down along the rail, Spectra Vision. On the front end, that's Trackolator leading. Spectra Vision is second. Dynamite Trip third. They're off. between horses that strike a pose with Yankee Champ for the early lead. Sammy Blue Chip came away along the rail on the outside, moving up as they swing round the turn. Goes Impressive Step, and around the turn they go. On the front end, getting that early lead, a 3/4 of a length, Yankee Champ. Impressive Step hustles up second, racing in third. As they go off the quarter-mile pole, strike a pose, the quarter 28 2/5. On the front stretch, the leader 3/4 of a length and 3/4. Impressive Step racing in second as they go to the 3/8 marker. That's Yankee Champ in third, strike a pose on the outside, doing a slow walk fourth to the half-mile mark is Son of a Gun. Now he picks up cover. Driving from third, strike a pose, the half-mile marker, 59 2/5. That strike a pose moving fast on the outside to get the lead, racing in second to the 3/4. Impressive Step still without cover. Son of a Gun. They go to the 3/4 on the front end. Strike a pose, 3/4 of a length. Impressive Step trying to hold the rail second. Racing in third as they go to the corner. Son of a Gun. Coming on to be fourth round. The turn is Loud Thunder, the 3/4 mile pole. 127 2/5. On the front end, Impressive Step regains command. Loud Thunder is second. Call 911 out there third. Closing ground in the far outside. Dynamic Trip there across the track. On the front end, that's Loud Thunder. Closing ground, call 911. They're off. That's Pay Zone between horses, Queen's Park along the rail. Coming away third, Whoopee Cloud far outside, 3 deep. Monster midway and around the turn. Pay Zone leads. Whoopee Cloud moves up second. Monster midway out there third. Racing in fourth, Queen's Park, Oliver Hill, and Cruise to Victory. They go off the quarter mile. 27 4/5. The leader, Monster midway, racing in second. Whoopee Cloud. Pay Zone is third. Off stride was Heiser Amos. Queen's Park is fourth. Oliver Hill fifth. Racing sixth. Cruise to Victory. In seventh position, that's Riotous Living. Racing eighth as they go to the half-mile marker now. Comes Special Happy, and trailing the field after a half-mile, Heiser Amos. They go off the half, 57 4/5. Pay Zone up to get a length lead. Monster midway second. Queen's Park comes on third. Racing in fourth is Whoopee Cloud on the outside, fifth to the 3/4. Cruise to Victory racing along the rail, sixth. Oliver Hill. Into the 3/4, Pay Zone opens up a 3-length advantage, racing in second round the turn. Monster midway on the outside, Cruise to Victory third. They're in the lane, Pay Zone by 4 lengths. Monster midway racing second. Along the rail third is Whoopee Cloud. It's Pay Zone in front. Monster midway second. Queen's Park third. It's Pay Zone the leader. Monster midway close for third. They're off. That's Double Time Tough for the early lead. Coming away between horses into the turn. Goes to Terra Lord-In on the outside. Moving up, Battle Shoe Prophet also on the move round the turn to the quarter mile. Freedom Reigns getting that lead now by a length. Battle Shoe Prophet, the challenger, second to the quarter mile. Freedom Reigns in third after a quarter to Terra Lord-In, the quarter mile. 28 3/5 on the front end. Freedom Reigns shows the way by 2. Racing in second, Battle Shoe Prophet in third position to Terra Lord-In. Double Time Tough is fourth. Cinday fifth. Moving up on the outside, sixth. That Shotgun Spur racing in seventh to the backstretch. Comes Thane Almahurst racing in eighth position on the rail. Mr. Gratiot trailing the field now. Blimp Pilot, the half mile, 59 4/5. Battle Shoe Prophet gets that lead under urging second to the 3/4. Goes Freedom Reigns in third position on the backstretch. Off stride there was Shotgun Spur. Impeded in the turn, Thane Almahurst. They go off the 3/4 mile mark, 1:27 4/5 on the front end. Battle Shoe Prophet leads by 3 lengths. Racing in second, Freedom Reigns racing in third. That's Double Time Tough. It's Battle Shoe Prophet, the leader by 4 lengths. Double Time Tough racing second. Battle Shoe Prophet leads. Double Time Tough on the outside, closing, grounded, driving finish.